What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Fight Talk with the BMAs, the basic MMA analysts. Just me today, just a solo one. Hopefully K West will join. He's out at the moment at the beach in lovely Thailand. So I didn't want to disturb him or whatnot, but maybe he might join in a bit. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, just a quick one this week. Just wanted to kind of touch on the boxing. I know we normally talk about the UFC and mostly MMA. I've openly admitted saying it on this Fight Talk that I prioritize UFC, I prioritize MMA over boxing. I enjoy boxing. I enjoy some of the big fights. I'm just not into it as much, and I don't invest my time as much into it as I would for the UFC and the MMA world and whatnot. But I did want to touch on this one because it was a crossover between MMA and boxing. Francis Ngannou, the former UFC heavyweight champion, versus Tyson Fury, who's just known to be as one of the best heavyweight, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, just because of his size, his movement, what he's been able to accomplish. It's just been absolutely amazing. So it's been a crossover event in Saudi Arabia. Absolutely amazing. It's amazing that Francis got this opportunity. We'll go into the fight and stuff in a bit, but I just wanted to kind of like, after the UFC and everyone thought that he's making a mistake and all this sort of stuff, he just got this great opportunity. And he literally, in this fight, getting into it, he showed that, man, he's the baddest motherfucker on the planet. You know, even look, maybe I'm being biased, but I think if you're the UFC heavyweight champion, be it Francis Ngannou, John Jones, whoever, you're the baddest motherfucker on the planet. But just the fact, oh, here we go. K West is joining here. We could get his thoughts on the fight as well. Hello?
Yeah. Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Is the background too loud?
That's good, you know. Actually, I can't hear any background, so that's pretty good.
Oh,
Good
solid. Right.
spot.
Let me perch right here. Let me perch right here.
Awesome,
Let me
awesome.
perch.
I'm
Let me
glad to have
perch.
you on. I figured I'll get started just because I know you're on the beach. I didn't want to disturb you to enjoy your time chilling on the beach of Thailand. But
No, we're getting food. We're at this like a place to eat because my stomach hasn't been good for a couple of days. So I went to get some medicine and then said, "Oh, let's get some food. Buy this place. It's cheap. Okay, cool. Cheap is good. It's by the beach." So we went, and I was like, "Shit, how far is it?" And she was like, "Oh, it's far." And then oh damn. And then we got here and that's it. So like, I'm not really beaching. I'm in a place to eat,
Oh,
but it's by
nice.
the beach.
Okay. Well, that's still
Yeah,
lovely. Look at that view.
that's
Absolutely amazing.
it
Well,
is.
cool. Well,
How are you, G man? You all right?
yeah, I'm good. I was gonna say thanks for joining. I know you're out there. I don't want to disturb you. Like, end of the day, you got your life to enjoy as well. But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm
This
good,
is
bro.
part of
Just
my life, son. What are you talking
I
about?
know, I know. But it's right in the middle of your day. I know we'll figure out a better timing as things get settled and whatnot. But it's right in the middle of your day, and I don't think you should
No
stop your
sweat.
day for doing this. But I appreciate it, man. I'm good. Bro.
All
Just
good.
had a couple of days off work, back at work today, so trying to get back into
Yes,
the routine.
yes,
We got a chance
yes.
to drive around the UAE and to different states and just enjoy a bit of some free time and just enjoy some
Something different.
different states in
Yeah.
the UAE. Some culture. We just saw like old forts and palaces and whatnot, and
Oh
learned a
yeah, I
bit
saw
of
some cannons.
and just learned a bit of
Yeah,
history
so yeah.
of the UAE and stuff like that.
Yes.
Just a cultural thing, but we just
Yeah, yeah.
needed some time to get away, just back in the routine. How's things with you? Everything cool?
Yeah, it's been a really solid couple of days. I got a lot of things running around. I printed off some flyers, some printers, and had some really good conversations with some people. I'm gonna go to Phuket in a couple of days to go and check some other gyms because they got that city have more gyms than hotels, I promise you. So I'm gonna go check there. But yeah, it's been a very good positive couple of days, I must say. So yeah, man,
That's
very
awesome.
good,
It's
very
amazing
happy.
to hear. Well, look, let's get into it. Let's keep it a short one, just because there's only the boxing to talk
Yeah,
about. I already started by saying that it was
yes.
normally
Go on,
we
catch
talk
me up.
about we talk about. I've openly
Life.
admitted no, in regards to fight talk, I've openly admitted
Oh,
I always
oh,
prioritize MMA and UFC and
yeah.
whatnot. I'm not the biggest boxing guy. I don't
Technically,
follow boxing, but this was a mix. This was a hybrid between
this,
MMA and boxing. That you former
yeah,
UFC champion, heavyweight champion versus one of the
correct.
greatest heavyweight boxers of all time, right? And I wanted to kind of congratulate Francis off the back of what he's been able to achieve and everything. And then getting into the fight, I mean, like if I get straight into the fight, you know, the whole world's going crazy in regards to he won. He blatantly won. I'm a nobody who just loves watching combat sport, and you can easily tell that he won the fight. And when I say easily, he got the knockdown, and you know, end of the day, that kind of solidifies it. But the whole world's going crazy, and the whole world's kind of, well, when I say whole world, in regards to the fight community, boxing, MMA, and everyone's just saying the same thing. That's boxing for you. It's a beautiful science with a corrupt, you know, it's a corrupt business, and that's the way it is. But yeah, no, I mean, look. We'll get into the fights. I didn't want to. I didn't want to bitch about something beforehand anyway, because I was bitching to you, and I want to express that on this call. Listen, the production of boxing is fucking annoying. Again, I'm being biased, guys. I'm being biased, so don't kill me, boxing fans or whatnot. I love the UFC because they just get to fight after fight. After one fight's done, they move on, right? Fucking hell, bro. This fight took forever to start. I ended up going to bed at 4 a.m. and they fought in Saudi Arabia, which is in my time zone. The fact
your time zone.
Bro, I from the co-main event to when the main event fight started, it was like an hour and a half. I'm like, what the fuck? They were doing all these interviews with the same panel with like Dan Hardy and some other people. Excuse me, I don't know these other boxing people, but Dan Hardy and they were just constantly just doing like interviews and questions and all this sort of stuff.
Analysis and whatnot.
Then they would have an interview with someone else and come back. Then they would show the fight preview and promo. Then they would do the opening ceremony, which is, you know, I guess if you're there, the opening ceremony might be nice. You know, you get a little concert or whatnot. Then they go back to the interview. I was like, for fuck's sakes, just start the fucking fight. I am not a fan of the boxing promotion at all. It is boring as fuck, in my opinion.
Are they always like that though? Are they always that long drawn out?
I believe so. I believe so. With these big fights, they're always like that. Maybe not as long, but you know, they do the national anthem and all that stuff. Cool, I'm cool with that. Just get to the fucking ring and do it. Even when they were getting to the ring, the walkout was just fucking hell. I was just like, guys.
For long.
So I'm not a fan of it. I'm not. Listen, and maybe boxing purists might be against or maybe like agree with what I'm saying, but you buy the pay-per-view because you want to see the fight. That's the main thing. But I guess they give you all this other spectacles and shit.
The show. They give you a show.
The interviews and this, that, not fucking needed. Anyway, I mean, look, this arena was full of legends, like boxing legends, like Vander Holyfield, Prince Nassim,
Bernard Hopkins,
Bernard Hopkins. I think he was there.
Nassim was there.
Nassim was there.
Obviously Tyson.
Tyson was there. Oh my god, legends.
Sugar Ray. Yeah, Sugar Ray and them.
Israel Adesanya.
Yes.
I mean, Conor McGregor was there. I mean, just it must have been amazing to be there. Yeah, exactly. But fucking hell, that boxing promotion. If I was sitting there live, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But while in between, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do, man? I'm bored. Like, start the fight. Let's go. It was 2 a.m. The fight, like I said, like, it was like 1 a.m. and I was like, okay, this fight's gonna start in 30 minutes. Come fucking 3 a.m. His fight still ain't started. I'm like, what the fuck?
Drag that out.
I started playing hours of God of War, and the fight still haven't started. And this is between the Coleman. Nah, I haven't finished the game. The fight, and that was between the co-main event to the main event. I didn't watch the rest of the card, to be honest. I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of watching boxing, unless it's a big main fight or whatnot. I'm not even into the YouTube fighting stuff. I might see the highlights because it's all over my social media, but I'm not into it. But this one, I was into. I did want to watch it and I had access to it. So anyway, I just wanted to bitch about the whole boxing production. I apologize if I offended anyone. My opinion, biased MMA, UFC opinion. That's just my opinion. But anyway, bro, the fight. Did you watch the fight? Feel free to
skip past this, everybody else. If you want to skip past this, we don't take any offense to it.
Yeah, I should have said that in the beginning. Just check the description for the timestamp. It's too late now. They've probably seen it. What do you think of the fight, man? What was your thoughts? Did you watch the fight, the promotion? What's your thoughts on everything?
Well, luckily, I didn't go through the painful ordeal that you did. So I just saw the fight itself. And I mean, I'm with you and everybody else who has eyes. who doesn't have, you know, illegal or corrupt intentions on the fight, you know, or stake, that it was Ngannou who won the fight. Simple, you know. I think maybe he, I don't know if you thought this as well, but I feel like when you knock someone down, two things can happen. One, it gets good to you, and then you kind of blow your load in a sense, and you're unable to kind of finish the fight, and then you're kind of running on fumes, right? Or you finish the fight and it's done. I feel like with Ngannou, maybe that knockdown kind of got to him a bit, and he gassed out a little bit or something, because he stayed in the fight, of course, and he won the fight, as I said. But I feel like he maybe didn't like pace himself correctly in a sense. You know, obviously the transition from MMA to boxing is very different. You got that big dude just laying on you as well. What did you think?
Yeah, no, I think by the end of the fight, yes, Ngannou was a little bit, I wouldn't say gassed out, but yes, like, you know, exhausted a
A
little
little
bit,
bit. His mouth was open,
breathing out
right?
of his mouth. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But
Yeah, you could see that.
I think that's a, yeah, pacing issue, the spectacle, the big guy on top of you. Tyson Fury is
Mm,
just an expert boxer with great movement or whatnot.
yeah. Didn't look like it though.
He
Didn't look
didn't
like
look
it.
like it, exactly. Well, this is what I was gonna say, and a lot of people were saying this, and a lot of boxing fans who are not familiar with
He
MMA,
shocked everybody.
he shocked
Shocked
everyone
everybody.
because they were like,
Shocked
he
everybody.
looks like a seasoned boxer. Forget about fight; he looks like a seasoned boxer. He was
Yeah.
amazing, and
Yeah.
his movement was great, his stance, his body alignment, everything. It was just amazing. In regards to looking like a seasoned boxer, and I think everyone, even all professional boxers who made a cut, and even I said this. You can go back. I thought Tyson's gonna outbox him. I thought
Piece him up.
Ngannou's gonna
Yeah.
come out strong and try to finish him in the first two
Yes.
rounds using that power, and then Tyson's gonna outbox him. But that was the opposite. I think Tyson came
Mm.
out fucking explosive in the first round and whatnot to try and take him out.
Yeah. Set
And
tone. That set
Ngannou was
tone. Yeah.
patient. I mean, Ngannou looked like very seasoned, man. He was very patient, very calm. He got that
Mm.
knockdown in the third round, which was like a left hook.
Left. Yeah.
And that solidified the fight, because even after that, it wasn't like Tyson took over the fight and won all the other rounds. No, it was like even.
No.
It was even. In
It was
fact,
very even.
Ngannou still
Yeah.
won some rounds. I don't know the maths in
Yes.
regards to what rounds, but Ngannou still won some rounds. Tyson won some rounds. But in the day, with that knockdown and that 10-8, you know, everyone's saying it. Ngannou won that fight. And, you know, that's just the corruption of boxing, man, really. I mean, I saw an interview with Tyson, and, you know, he was just saying, you know, Ngannou was very awkward. He trained hard, no excuses. He didn't, you know, he's not going to come out and say, I think I lost the fight and whatnot. Maybe not, you know. But
his dad said that though, to some
is,
degree. I saw
did
his dad.
he?
His dad said that. Yeah, his dad. I'll find it and send it to you, but I haven't watched it. But it was like an article saying that, you know, his dad was saying as much as we lost the fight.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, I mean,
right.
honestly, it's great. I mean, because I mean, there's nothing to take away. I mean, it's Francis Ngannou. It's not like some YouTube guy. This is what people are. I think are. It's not a YouTube guy coming in.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a season.
Yeah.
This is the UFC heavyweight
Yes.
champion. This is an individual who
Yes.
actually wanted to do boxing before
Yes.
MMA. So he has a
That's it.
boxing base. So
That's it.
there's no. I think there's no like, oh, I lost against a YouTube guy. Oh, no, you lost against a prime fighter who loves boxing more
Yes.
than MMA, really.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
think there's no shame in it, in the sense. I think
No,
the
there's
world
none.
knows, yeah, the world knows Francis
Yeah.
won. If he gets a rematch, amazing. But Francis has fucking got a boxing career. Francis is in a beautiful position. He has a boxing career with the highest level of boxers, the Deontay's, the AJ's, Usyk, whatever you want. And he can be fighting in UFC, not UFC, so MMA, the PFL. I know that's not the high. I know we want him in the UFC, but you never know. They might make that happen. Hopefully, Dana White's like, fuck it, let's just do it and whatnot. But he's
dying to hear Dana White's thoughts on that fight.
Same here. But
I'm dying to hear.
yeah, I would love to hear
on.
his thoughts, actually. But I was going to say, Francis, what he has shown, he's fought in the highest level of UFC heavyweight, MMA heavyweight anyway. Just the John Jones is the spectacle that came up, and we want to see that happen. But outside of that, he's already proven himself to be the best heavyweight in UFC. It's just John Jones coming up just adds that question mark and whatnot. But yeah, I agree. I would love to see Dana White's thoughts, and I'd love for Dana to be like, you know what? let's just, it's hard for Dana, but put shit aside. Let's just get you in, do this one fight with John Jones. Let's really solidify who is the best heavyweight. And I would love to see that. I think John Jones needs that, and he can retire himself. Unfortunately, he got injured, and we're not going to see his fight with Stipe now, which sucks. But I think that should be John Jones' last fight as well. Like, why not? He's a legend
against Ngannou.
Yeah, why not? He doesn't need to prove anything else to anyone. He could still carry on. We don't want to see him retire, but why not just do one last fight with Ngannou and be out? But man, what a night!
That'd be nice.
What a night! And congratulations, Francis, man. I'm so happy for his story, man. What an amazing story, man.
Yeah, no, he's done exactly what he wanted to do, and like you said, he wanted to do this from a long time ago. That's been a passion for him for when he was shoveling fucking rocks in the mines or something. It's like this has always been his passion. So it's great to see, and I think the next fight that he has, he's gonna learn a lot from this one, and yeah, I feel like whoever he's gonna fight next, they're gonna be in trouble, man. They're be in trouble.
Definitely.
And,
I mean,
not to mention, Mike Tyson, one hell of a coach.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of like, how do I put it? Mike Tyson as a coach, I mean, I think, I don't know if it gives him a career, or I don't think he wants to do that anyway, but it just kind of puts him in a position where it's like, what a great coach. I mean, look, I'm trying to answer this, like, or kind of respond to that in a way where I don't want to say he's not a coach, he's a great coach just because of this or whatnot. Trying to pull it in the middle and whatnot. But I think the advice he gave Ngannou and just being in his corner, I think it was a mental more than anything else. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the style and the observation of Tyson, kind of observing Tyson Fury and being able to kind of help put a game plan together and whatnot.
Science.
Was there, the science behind it. In regards to style and boxing, I don't think he was able to, I mean, yes, he was able to kind of teach him with certain movements and whatnot, but they're two different body frames, they're two different. And I think that's, again, Mike Tyson's being able to observe that he's a different individual physically. So I can't teach him my style, but I will teach him some work and whatnot. But I think it was more of a mental, to just have Mike Tyson, my hero, who I looked up to, in this boxing world, to be in my corner. I think it was more that than anything. I doubt Tyson's going to be like, all right, guys, I'm going to be coaching from now on. Do you know what I mean? I think for Ngannou, yeah, but I won't even be surprised for future fights if you be like, look, I'm done. Like, maybe the one fight, but I'm not going to be a full-time coach for you. You know what I mean? It was that one. That's fine. That's just my opinion. Not taking anything away. I just think it's a different element of coaching.
Well, of course, like, coaching doesn't have to be left, right, uppercut. It could be what you said. It could be the conversation. Like, mentoring, coaching is a similar thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be hands-on. And the statement I made, I don't even forecast him doing coaching. Maybe he does, but I just think if it is standalone moment, whatever he gave to him for this fight, it was amazing, because we were able to see a fighter, one of the baddest heavyweight fighters in the world, take on the baddest heavyweight boxer in the world and not get embarrassed or mangled, or he won the fight. That's what I'm saying. That standalone achievement is great. Don't know how far it goes, but for what he did right there, wow, that's it.
Yeah. And I think that was, you used some of the words that everyone was thinking that was going to happen. I think maybe when Tyson Fury said it, I'm going to embarrass him, I'm going to mangle him on a dance floor. None of that happened. None of that happened at all. Nope. None of that happened at all. And that just goes to show how amazing Francis is. And I think one thing that Francis did, which was amazing, which I think is more common in MMA, he kept on switching stances, from orthodox to southpaw. And I think that put off Tyson Fury, because I don't think he expect that. And and I don't think many boxers do that, in mid-fight, And Francis was saying, when I stood southpaw, I noticed that Tyson Fury wouldn't engage as much. So I would take a little rest. I knew that I could take a little rest while I was in southpaw, because he's still dangerous. He still had his right hook and left to kind of thing, but he would take a bit of a rest and then go into orthodox. So I think that's more of an MMA strategy in regards to switching stances mid-fight, which was in Francis's advantage. And then yes, Tyson Fury would hold him and grapple. But Ngannou's used to the wrestling. He's an MMA fighter. So in regards to controlling the position and not just taking the full weight, I think it was easy for him to just kind of,
superior.
in regards to
It's superior.
clinch.
Yes, no, I agree with that as well. I also saw a clip somewhere saying that Fury actually elbowed him. I haven't
Yes, I
seen
saw
that.
that.
Did you?
I saw it
You
was
saw
a
that?
full-on elbow. It was a full-on
Really?
elbow. Yeah, man. It was. I mean,
And no
look,
point was taken.
no, I guess I don't know. Listen, boxing,
So
innit?
you
Because
see,
like you know when you if you used to throw, like they were kind of close range, and if you used to throw a hook, at least you would see that maybe in the mix of fighting it won't be as clean. Maybe it will be
right.
But what it looked like, because the fist wasn't even near the head, it was more like just like it just looked like
This and it wasn't. Where was the referee? Do you remember where the referee was? No.
I
Okay.
don't remember.
Okay.
But it just
I need to see that because I
yeah.
want to see just for my own sake. Like what the hell happened there?
But to give Tyson the credit there, like maybe in the mix of just getting out of a clinch and unscrambling out of a
The
fight,
heat of the moment.
the heat of the moment, an elbow came through and whatnot. But it looked like a clean.
Yeah.
It was a clean elbow. It looked And Ngannou, the thing is, Ngannou, and I think this is another difference is because he's an MMA fighter, used to elbows and knees and shins to the head. He was like, all right, he took it. Where I feel like any other boxer would have been like, oh my God, my head. Again, biased MMA fan, please don't kill me, guys. But I think they would have been, oh, my head, he elbowed me. Whereas Ngannou was like, all right, well, I've taken many elbows. Let's carry on. I've sparred with Cyril Gahn and whatnot. Elbows are nothing. Taken head kicks. But it was great fight. I'm not gonna lie, I was on the edge of my seat. Again, it's a crossover between MMA and boxing. I was obviously biased towards Ngannou, but I thought Tyson was gonna win. I really thought Tyson was gonna dance around him. But I don't think I take away. It was Ngannou that I think nullified Tyson Fury. Ngannou nullified, and I think Tyson Fury. I don't think Tyson Fury underestimated him, but I think once he got in there and realized, oh, like I'm not comfortable. That's Ngannou. That's Ngannou's. That's his positioning. That's his, controlling the center of the ring and all that sort of stuff. Just absolutely great fight. Great for Ngannou and great for boxing. I think it helps boxing in a way, not in the YouTube sort of way, even though that does bring views. I'm talking about real fighters. It really does help boxing in that sense. And it gave, Ngannou don't probably give a shit about this, and he shouldn't, but it really, he represented MMA in a crazy way. He represented MMA, and it goes to show when it comes to boxing, especially when it comes to the heavyweight division, like one punch can change things. You know what I mean? That heavyweight power can change things. So, great.
But the Gypsy King, like every single time he always gets knocked down, the guy gets up somehow. He's like the Undertaker, man. He always gets up somehow. Like I feel like I wonder how many of those he could have taken before it would have been that night. Because he's taken Deontay Wilder. He's been knocked down by Deontay by like 4 times, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how many would have taken from Francis. Because he's never been knocked out, right?
Tyson Fury? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No. I mean, look, everyone keeps saying if this was MMA, but it wasn't MMA. But everyone's like, if it was MMA, he would have jumped on him and
leave that conversation.
It wasn't MMA. So let's not say that. Yes, if it was MMA, and that's why Tyson Fury wouldn't, or no boxer really will come into MMA. I mean, you had some, but they just, Randy Couture took out what's his name? Tony. What was his name?
Oh man, I know who you mean. Tony, Tony, James Tony.
That's it. Yeah.
James Tony. That guy was an animal when he was boxing. You ever watch him fight?
I saw highlights and whatnot of him.
Okay.
Knockout king and whatnot.
He was solid in it, and then he started to eat too much. I think he put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, I mean, so look, a boxer, it'll be hard for a boxer to come into MMA. It's way harder because you got to learn takedown defense. You got to learn the grind. It's not doable. Unless there's a boxer now. You had some boxers that current ones who train a bit of wrestling and whatnot, but that's why boxers will never come over to the MMA side because it's just easy. Low ankle pick, scramble to the floor. Anyway,
no need, man.
It wasn't MMA. It was boxing. Francis was a very disciplined boxer. You know, he wasn't the one that threw
Yes.
the elbow or any of that sort of stuff. He didn't shoot for the takedown or anything. Very disciplined, amazing. I think he learned a lot from this. In regards to pacing, that could be his downfall in the future. Maybe someone might, but again, the downfall of trying to outpace Ngannou and make him work all over. If you get clipped, you're out. That nuclear bomb's going to hit you and you're out. So you got to be strategically. And I thought Tyson Fury was going to do that. Just be strategically outpace him and let Francis blow his gas, basically. But no, Francis was
He hung in
disciplined.
there.
Disciplined.
He
Very
hung in there.
disciplined.
I think, yeah, no, there was surprisingly amount of discipline from him and poise. And you know, of course, if he's gonna improve his gas tank, he's gonna have to lose a bit more muscle mass, drop down a bit, be a bit more like you know, not athletic, but just more of a marathon runner, you know, rather than a sprinter. If he wants to take this on long term and be able to get to those later rounds and have a lot of juice in the tank, he's gonna have to drop down some weight because obviously all that muscle takes gas, right? It takes oxygen. So one of those things to think about if he wants to do it. But yeah, man. I mean, he did way better than Conor did, right?
Yeah, I mean, he won the fight, man. Let's be real. He won the fight.
Yeah.
But saying that about the gas tank, I mean, the fact is, it's not like he completely gassed out and lost. He was hanging in there.
No, not at all.
So I think he's in a great position. Just as little tweaks and whatnot.
Build upon that, yeah.
But no, I mean, he won the. Let's be real. He won the fight. Everyone will say he won the fight. I think anyone, you know. I mean, no, actually, not everyone. I remember watching a little bit of interviews. I remember Lennox Lewis. There were interviews with Lennox Lewis, Dan Hardy, and there's another boxing guy I'm not familiar with. Lennox Lewis did believe that Tyson Fury won the fight, and I think Usyk and some other people believe that he won the fight. And maybe they're saying that just because to hype up the Usyk fight that they want to have next. But I mean, Dan Hardy blatantly said Francis won the fight, and the other boxer who was next to Dan Hardy, he said he actually agrees. He thinks Tyson won the fight. Ngannou won the fight. So I guess it's going to be one of those split things. You know, some boxers, like I say, they might think Tyson won the fight. I don't know. Again, I'm no expert. I'm no boxing expert. But in my eyes, and a lot of people's eyes, he won the fight.
I mean, the numbers do lie. But the numbers are the numbers, right? It was 1 point. And the fact is that Tyson elbowed him and did not get that point removed, you know, and he got knocked down. So however way you cut it, it doesn't make sense. But moving forward, right, Usyk must have been quite intrigued to see this fight go down as he's fighting him next.
Yeah. I mean,
are you going to watch that fight?
I'll probably watch highlights or whatnot. I'll probably watch the highlights. I'll be more invested in. I wouldn't be as invested, to be honest with you. However, like
Sure.
you know, Tyson Fury booking the Usyk fight. You know, at first it was all booked before the Ngannou fight. Was almost like a disrespect, like he's just gonna walk through Ngannou. Obviously now he's gonna take a break. He's gonna take some rest. So that fight's not gonna happen in December, I don't think, in my opinion. And then Usyk just bringing him in to do the promotion and to sell the fight immediately was just. You know, he doesn't really speak English, right? And it was just awkward in the ring. I was just like, this is awkward, man.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was very awkward. It was just like, you know, just a lot of miscommunication and a lot of, you know, just not being able to communicate basically because they don't speak the same language and whatnot. And especially awkward because everyone knows that he lost the fight. You know, you can see that he lost the fight. So could you imagine that? Like, you know, you lost the fight. Everyone lost the fight. And then you're trying to promote the next fight, but it's like I just lost, and everyone knows it. And but Ngannou, you know, Ngannou, he smiled and he was happy because one, he knew he won the fight, and two, you know, all the success that comes around it. Like he didn't get mad, like all that stuff, everything we just spoke about. So Ngannou, even though that was taken away from him, he walks away as you know,
moral victory.
Happy, the moral victory and everything. So he wins, man.
Yeah. Impressive, man. Impressive. Crazy. Anything else happened on that card that I missed?
I didn't watch the rest of the card, to be honest with you. And I don't know the rest of the people, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm not the biggest boxing fan, so I'm not familiar with the rest of it. But cool. Look, let's leave it there. Let's keep it a sweet one. Next week we'll catch up about the UFC. There is UFC happening in Brazil, I think. I think we got Jalton Almeida versus Derek Lewis.
Oh, Derek Lewis. I'm eagerly like anticipated for that one.
Yeah, and then
Eagerly, eagle eye in that one because I want if Derek Lewis can bring that same version that he brought against who is it? He fought that guy Lima.
yeah,
You know, if he comes in with that start, because that Jolton guy, he's ridiculous, man. He's OP. Isn't he undefeated as well?
no, he's got
Two
two
losses.
losses. Yeah,
Okay. Well, either way, he's like a wrestler and I don't know. He's got some crazy style, man, but he's dangerous.
definitely a great grappler, right? He's been definitely using
That's
his
yeah,
grappler, and I think that's been like
yeah,
that could be something that Derek
bread and
Lewis.
butter.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Derek Lewis is a big, strong guy, but yeah, looking forward to that's happening in Brazil, I believe. Um,
nice.
so looking forward to that one. We'll be back next week to talk more in depth of the UFC. But I did want to quickly touch on this one because it was a big spectacle. It was a cross between MMA and boxing, and it was just worth talking about it. And I wanted to bitch
No
about the
doubt.
boxing promotion. But
So moving forward, you would not be staying up to watch any more fights, only highlights. Is that correct?
Well, look, listen, as a non-boxing fan who I've constantly said before, this doesn't sell me more like, oh, I want to watch a whole card. No, I don't want to watch a whole
Yeah,
card. I
yeah,
want to
yeah,
watch just the
yeah,
main fight. So I'm not sold on
yeah.
watching a whole full card of boxing. I never will. I don't think I ever will. I don't have the time to invest in it. And it's just too much waste of time. I watch highlights mostly, but if there was a big fight like this again, I would definitely try to watch the fight. But no, like I'm always
Yeah,
going to invest my time on I'm not going to invest my
MMA.
time. Yeah, just MMA is just priority for me, and that's it's just it's just what I like. It is what it is. Unless I
The
had
way
all
it
the
is.
time in the world and I didn't need to sleep and I didn't need to eat and take a shit or whatnot, then yeah, maybe I could watch a 10-hour boxing card. Sorry, that's me bitching again. But no, no, I not invested. It hasn't sold me. Again, it hasn't sold me to be like, I want to be invested in boxing. I just appreciate boxing for the martial arts, for the skill set, the science of it, and all that sort of stuff. I love that. I train boxing. I mean, I love that. In regards to a boxing promotion, I'm just not invested in it. But I will watch these sort of spectacle fights and whatnot. But yeah,
Okay.
no,
Look
all
forward to
good,
many
man.
more
Well,
then.
look, let's call it there, man.
Yes.
Let's call it there. You go
Yeah, man.
enjoy.
I got 5% on my phone anyway, so it's
All
like
right.
it's gone dark now. Yeah.
All right. Well, you go enjoy dinner at the beach or lunch at the beach. Hopefully, you have a great week. And we'll catch up again next week, guys, about fight talk. More fight talk next week.
No doubt, man. Enjoy your week as well. And everybody stay tuned.
All right. Peace, everyone. We out. Peace.